The Collins Dictionary Word of the Year for 2021 was NFT. In the past few months, there has been a big increase in the popularity of NFTs. They started as a small thing, and now they have reached headline news all over the world. You might have heard or read about them before, and it's likely this whole NFTs thing is pretty new to you, unless you have been into the world of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology for a while. So in this course, we will learn what NFTs are, how NFTs work. We will learn how to set up your crypto wallet so that you can buy and get paid for your NFTs. We will learn how to design your NFTs with different free tools, how to digitalize a physical painting and create various editions of that painting that you can turn into NFTs. We will create our own NFT storefront collection and design it. We will learn how to sell NFTs from images, GIFs, songs, and videos. We will learn how to buy an NFT and read through the blockchain information of the transactions. We will also look into different NFT marketplaces where you can buy and sell your NFTs, as well as some popular virtual reality worlds that are using NFTs and the blockchain technology. So if you're an artist interested in getting your work into the world of NFTs, or if you're interested in buying and selling NFTs, this course is an excellent choice. What's an NFT, and is it possible to sell one picture or a computer screenshot for hundreds or even thousands of dollars? NFTs are basically digital pieces of art that are considered unique. The difference with a screenshot is that NFTs allow us to know which one is the real and unique one and which ones are not. NFTs are like an authentication of the object. The letters NFT stand for non-fungible token, and the word fungible means that a good or an asset is interchangeable with another one of the same type. For example, money is fungible. If you give someone $20 and that person gives you $20 back, the amount of money is still the same, but it might be a different bill, or you might even get two $10 bills. They are still worth the same. They are fungible. Bitcoin is the same. You can exchange one Bitcoin for another Bitcoin and they will still be worth the same. Non-fungible means that one asset cannot be substituted for another one. No two items are identical. Each one is unique and irreplaceable and not interchangeable. Some examples can be real estate and art. So NFTs are basically digital assets that cannot be substituted. Even if you screenshot a picture of it, it will not be the same one. This is what separates NFTs from the rest of the pictures. It gives them their own unique code. And this is similar to having an authentication certificate. NFTs can be an image, a GIF, a video, or music. Even if you don't do digital art, your own hand-painted art can also be digitalized and sold as an NFT. NFTs can be sold to anyone in the world. This gives you access to a big market of buyers who are willing to buy NFTs that they find valuable. And another thing you can also do is to make and buy collections of NFTs. The way it works is that by creating collections, creators can attract a fan base of followers for certain types of collections. In some cases, that increases the demand for the whole collection. Some people buy them because if there's a high demand for NFTs of a particular collection, just like art, they can buy an NFT and then resell it for a higher price. So if a collection becomes popular and you own one NFT from that collection, you could possibly sell it for a higher price since there's already a group of people who want to buy it. But it's also possible that you might not be able to resell an NFT for profit. So as a type of investment, there is risk involved in NFTs too. And just like with art, if you build a community first, if you have a following of people, it will be much easier for you to sell them. So if you create NFTs without having an audience or a following of people, it will be much harder for you to sell them. People buy NFTs because of the creator. People are buying the artist. They buy them because it comes from a particular collection or a particular artist which they see value in. So if nobody knows who you are, it could be hard for you to sell them. However, this doesn't mean that if you're not an artist, you shouldn't get into NFTs. No, not at all. So even if you're not an artist, you can be quite successful in the world of NFTs. Cryptocurrencies have what is known as a blockchain. A blockchain is a decentralized database that is shared across multiple computers in a network. A lot of people think of Bitcoin when it comes to blockchain. However, there are more uses for the blockchain that are not just related to cryptocurrencies, but rather how do you take an asset and trade it. A blockchain is like a database where data is recorded inside a block. You can add data to it, but you cannot change the previous data since the data is stored across multiple computers. So the system is allowed to continue even if one computer is turned off, which makes it very safe. NFTs exist on an Ethereum blockchain, not Bitcoin. The difference is that Bitcoin is the original cryptocurrency. It was the one that brought a new form of digital money and payments. Ethereum is an evolution from Bitcoin, and it went a step further by using the blockchain to do more than just digital payments. It can store computer code, contracts, applications, and many more things. So blockchains have an unchangeable public record of all transactions. And this is the reason why you can't just screenshot an NFT and sell it. Because the blockchain has the record of where the NFT came from. So if you bought an NFT from a very valuable collection, the public record will be linked to that collection, therefore verifying its authenticity. If someone screenshots it and then sells it, it will be clear that it did not come from that particular collection, that particular artist. So you will know by the record that is not the authentic one, is not the one that holds the value, but rather just a copy. It's like buying a painting with the certificate of authenticity. NFTs are also not a get-rich-quick scheme. There is no assurance that you will get rich from NFTs. Keep in mind that crypto as an investment is very speculative, so you have to be ready and acknowledge that there will be price swings and there's the risk of losing your investments. So this course is to teach you about NFTs, and it's not a financial advice course. You're getting advice on how you can turn your art into NFTs. There are, of course, lots of risks associated with this. There are regulatory risks, financial risks, political risks. I'm not suggesting that you invest any money into NFTs thinking that you might get rich quick. It's possible that you might also not make any money from this, so don't invest anything that you're not willing to completely lose. That is something to keep in mind since this is a very new technology and politics could always change, governments can outlaw NFTs. There are lots of risks associated with NFTs. And also keep in mind copyright laws and licensing rules. If you are an artist and you want to make an NFT out of your own artwork that's yours, you can just make one since you are the original creator. However, if you want to make an NFT out of an artwork that is not your own, you need to get permission from the source, permission from the original creator. Unless you hold a very old painting where the original artist has passed away, in that case I believe the rule is that you can do it after 70 years after the artist has passed away. You also have to be wary of manipulation of the market, wash trading. This is when someone lists an NFT, then that person keeps on buying it and selling it between different accounts that all belong to him. That way, they higher the price and also give the illusion that there are lots of buyers interested in buying that particular NFT. So you might actually buy it at a high price and then you don't find anyone else to resell it to. So that's my warning. Do your own research as well as into the risks of investing in NFTs. The first thing we need is to install MetaMask. MetaMask is gonna be your wallet where you can store your Ethereum currency and your NFTs. So for that, we will go to metamask.io, or you can just check it out on Google by typing MetaMask and clicking on the first one. From there, we will click on Download Now. You can choose to install MetaMask on your web browser, Android or iOS device. I recommend installing it on a web browser. So MetaMask supports Google Chrome, Firefox, the Brave browser, and Edge. So make sure you're using one of these browsers. Chrome is the most common one, but I also recommend the Brave browser since you can hide ads on other websites and it makes it a very convenient web browsing experience. So let's click on our browser and I'm using Google Chrome. And this will send me over to the Chrome Web Store where I can install it as a browser plugin extension. So we just click on Add to Chrome and Add Extension. And now we just wait for it to download. And it will just automatically add it to Chrome. So here we go. It's now added to Chrome. So now we can click on Get Started. And here we have a question. Are you new to MetaMask? So if you already have one, you can click on Import your wallet. And it's going to ask you for the secret recovery phrase. So make sure you have this secret recovery phrase because we're gonna make a new wallet right now and it will give us this phrase. So make sure that you write it and write it by hand so that you can remember it. So let's click right here on Create a Wallet. And here you have some extra information and I will click on I agree. And we create a password. And agree to the terms of use and create. So here we have a video about how to secure your wallet. And if you want, you can actually watch this video too. But I'm going to click on next. And here we will have the secret phrase. And this phrase, do not show it to anyone because if they have these numbers, they'll be able to access your account. So right now, I'm gonna click here to reveal the secret words, but I will not show them to you. And I recommend that you write the words by hand on a paper. And the reason for this is because if you type or you copy paste them on a Word document and for some reason your computer gets hacked and that person gets access to your secret recovery phrase, then that person can access your account and they can get whatever you have inside their account. So I'm gonna click here. So I recommend writing it by hand. So now I will click on next. Okay, so now it will ask you to confirm your secret recovery phrase and you have to put the words and click them in order. So I'm just gonna click them right now and confirm. And congratulations, we passed the secret recovery phrase. So make sure you keep this very, very safe. And then we click on all done. So there we go, we have MetaMask here and there's no money on my MetaMask, but we have it installed and that's what matters. So one thing I recommend is that if you do not see MetaMask on your toolbar of the Google extensions, you can just click here, then select MetaMask, click on the three dots at the right corner, and then just pin it to the taskbar. And there we go, we have MetaMask here with all the information. So now that we have MetaMask installed, we need to add some currencies. And if you want to buy NFTs, you need some Ether. So for this, we will go up here. We can click here straight from the MetaMask, or we can just go to the toolbar, and from there we will click on buy. And we get several different options. We have wire, transact, or directly deposit Ether. So for this one, let's look at the first two. So let's check out the wire one, and it will send us over to their website. So here you actually put how much US dollars do you want to put. For example, $100. And if you look down here, there are transaction fees and network fees. And you can purchase them with a credit or a debit card. And this is something to take into account, because if you want to put a small amount of money, for example, $20, the transaction fees and the network fees are still the same. So you will pay $31. So if you buy $20, 10 of those dollars will just be transaction fees. And if you put like even lower, for example, $5, you will get $5 in Ethereum, but the transaction fee is still $5 and the network fee is $6. So I recommend going for a rather high number. For example, if you put $200, the transaction fees don't change as much. It's now $6 for the transaction, $6 for the network fee. So keep this in mind. If you want to purchase a small amount of Ethereum, there's going to be some high transaction fees. But if you purchase a large amount, for example, $200, the transaction fees and the network fees are not going to be a big percentage of the purchase total than, for example, if you put $2. For example, $2, you get $2, but you pay almost 11 in transaction fees, almost 12 in transaction fees. So yeah, that's a huge percentage of the overall purchase total. So yes, make sure you go for a higher amount of money. And from there, we will click on I authorize wire and next. And I'm actually encountering a problem right here because the web page is not loading. So this depends on which country you might be. So if you're getting this problem, you might want to try to get a VPN for this. For example, if I use a VPN for the US, then I try to complete this once again, for example 200, I authorize and next. Now it works. So in some countries, this part might not actually come up and you might need to use a VPN for this. So yes, also keep that into mind. And here's actually the list of countries. So if your country is not here, you might actually struggle to use this website, the Wire website. So if you do not see it, then it's probably that it doesn't fully work in your country. So yes, now you will just click on your first name, last name, put in all of your card information, billing address, contact information, and submit, and you'll be able to get some Ether into your MetaMask. Okay, so the next option we have is the other option. So we go to buy. So if yours doesn't work with Wire, you might want to try transact. So let's try this one out. So this one is very similar. We just pay, for example, $200 US, and we can do a bank transfer or a credit card payment. So let's click on card payment, and the total fees will be about $12, which is somewhat similar to the other website. So yeah, you will just click on 200 card payment. It will tell you how much you will receive, and then you will click on buy now. Okay, and then we will click on buy Ethereum. Okay, and it will ask you to log in with your email, and then you will click on continue. You will get a verification code on your email. Then we will click on I agree with the terms of use and continue. And yeah, put in your phone number, your date of birth, and just continue doing all of the personal details. Then it will ask you to fill in your address. Then it will actually ask you to provide a proof of address that corresponds to the place where you're living, such as a bank statement, a payslip, utility bill, passport, ID, and the issuing country, and you have to fill this up too. So yeah, and then you have to put a picture in here, and then you can actually put your card information in order to buy some Ether. So you can actually see that in this case, the Wire is much more simple than transact. So Transact has a few more steps and Wire tends to be a little bit faster. So yeah, feel free to use the one that you think it works better for you. If one doesn't work, you also have the other option. However, there's also another option, which is probably my favorite one, which is to directly deposit Ether from another crypto wallet that you might have. So you can convert that and then put it directly into MetaMask. And we will learn that in the next video. Okay, so now if you want to exchange from another cryptocurrency and put it into MetaMask, I recommend going to Coinbase. So Coinbase is one of the largest online platforms for buying and selling, transferring cryptocurrency. So you can use it as a cryptocurrency wallet. So let's go into Coinbase. And from there you can put your email and then click on Get Started. So for Coinbase, you will need to be at least 18 years old. They will ask for proof. You need a government issued ID. Passport doesn't work for the US, but they work for other countries. So yeah, you need all of these requirements, a phone number, a computer. So you will create your account and you need to put your full legal name. They will ask for proof, your email, password, your state that you live in, and they will ask you for an ID of that state. Then you will need to verify your email, verify your phone number. They will send you a code. So make sure you keep that phone number as a phone number that you can use wherever you go. For example, if you lose your phone number and you need to get an SMS for any kind of verification purposes, or maybe you lost your password and they need to send a verification code to your phone number. So make sure it's a phone number that you will keep with you and that you will not lose for any reason. So then you will need to put in your personal information, and you will also need to put the last 4 digits of your social security number. They might ask you for your current occupation, and they will ask you a few other questions. And then you need to verify your identity, complete the ID verification, and then you can link a payment method. So yeah, in this case, just put in your email, click on Get Started, and go basically in through all of the steps. I already have a Coinbase, so I will not be making another account, but let me show you how it works. So here I am in the main part of Coinbase. So we will go here to where it says Trade, and then on the right side we get an option. So we have Buy, Sell, and Convert. So I'm gonna be clicking on Convert. I already have some Bitcoin in there, and I'm gonna convert Bitcoin over to Ethereum. So right here, Bitcoin to Ethereum, and I'm gonna convert maybe 200. And then we click on Preview Convert, and it's very simple. I will just click on Convert Now. And there you go. I converted Bitcoin to Ethereum now. So I have some Ethereum. So if we go to Trade and then we click on Ethereum, we can see how much Ethereum we have. So I can actually see right here that I have $196 in Ethereum. And now I'm gonna send this 196 over to MetaMask. So for that, we go back to Coinbase and we click on Send and Receive. Then we can type a number, for example, 180. And here where it says to, we write the address of our crypto wallet. So I'm gonna put the address of my MetaMask. And if you cannot find it, you go back to MetaMask and you just click on the top bar where it says account and you copy your address. So yeah, just click it a few times and then you can just paste it. And there you go. Then I will just click on continue and send now. Then I will get a verification code sent to my phone number. That's why I'm saying it's important to keep your phone number, because in some countries you might buy like a prepaid card and then you let that card expire and you no longer have access to that phone number. So that's why I'm saying that it's important that you choose a phone number that you will not lose it for any reason, or you will stop using it or anything like that. And now it was sent. So now I just have to wait around less than 10 minutes to receive it on my MetaMask. And then I click on done. Okay, so let's check out my MetaMask, and right here, it took a few seconds actually. So you can see on my MetaMask that I have $180 now. So yeah, it works right now. And if I click right here, And there you go. It says that I received the Ethereum. So now we have money on our MetaMask, and that's exactly what we needed. Okay, so now that we have our MetaMask installed, we can go into Google and then we can search for OpenSea. So OpenSea is the biggest market where you can buy and sell NFTs. So let's go into OpenSea and now let's create an account. So we just click on create and it will tell you to connect your wallet. So in this case, MetaMask is working a little bit similar like when you log into a website and it tells you to sign up with Google or Facebook or Twitter. So it's kind of similar to that, but with cryptocurrencies. So let's click on MetaMask. And now it will ask you to authorize it. So you put your account and then you click on next and connect. And it's quite simple. Okay, so if you get an error like I did, you just refresh the page and then you click on create again. And now you can click on sign and that should fix it. Okay, and there we go. So now it worked. So there you go. We have our account connected into MetaMask. So now we have to make our profile look better because if you look here, we just have an unnamed person and there's no banner on the back. It looks pretty empty. So for this, we will go here where we have the little circle and then we will click on settings. So in profile settings, you will put your username, your email address, some bio about what you're doing or what you want to do. And then you put a profile image and a profile banner. So you can also put the links to your social media profiles. For example, your Twitter, your Instagram, or your very own website. So I recommend you go through these ones by yourself and yeah, check it out. Okay, so we can also just click here where it says explore and we have different types. For example, we can click on all NFTs. We can look at all the NFTs. We can buy them. We can even create our own NFTs. So yeah, this is the biggest platform for buying and selling NFTs. You can also put your art, music. You can also put videos if you want to. So yeah, you can feel free to play around with this website. But the main thing from this video is that now we have an account set up with OpenSea. So another thing I recommend is to be more secure, you can get a hardware wallet. So I recommend going to this website, it's called ledger.com, and you can get a physical hardware wallet for storing all of your crypto needs, your crypto assets. And the way this works is that they're able to store your keys, so nobody can actually access that information without your actual key, your hardware wallet key. And there are different products. For example, you can check out the Ledger Nano X, which looks like a USB drive. So yeah, and there's a lot of information in this website on how to use it, the beginner's guide, how to get everything set up. So I recommend going into this website to learn more about how to use a hardware wallet. And for example, if we go right here to MetaMask, and then we click on our circle right here where there's our profile, and we can actually connect a hardware wallet into MetaMask. So this will make it much more secure than if somebody was to steal your computer. So it's much more safe when you have a hardware wallet. So MetaMask allows these three types of wallet: Ledger, Trezor, and Lattice. So yeah, you click on Ledger, then you plug in your hardware wallet, then you click on continue, and then you install them. So this is something else that you can also look into if you want another layer of security in order to protect your assets. So for example, if you have a large amount of cryptocurrencies that you really need that extra protection, then I recommend also looking into one of these hardware wallets. Okay, so now we're gonna edit some images that we're going to turn into NFTs. And for that, I like to use this website. It's called PhotoP. So you can check it out on Google. It's called Photo and then P like the peas that you eat. So this one is like an Adobe Photoshop, but free. And it has very, very strong tools, very similar to Photoshop actually. So let's try it out. First, we're gonna click on New Project. And now I'm gonna choose the width of 3000 and the height by 3000. And the background, you can actually change the color. Either you want white, black, or transparent. Sometimes transparent will be necessary in some cases, but for this case, I'm gonna choose white. And you can also change the colors. For example, you go to custom, and there's red or blue or whatever background color that you like. So for this one, I'm just gonna choose white. And you can also choose a template from the right side. For example, if you wanna create a banner or something. And if you look right here, you can also select some sizes. For example, if you want the size for a Facebook page cover, an Instagram post, an Instagram story, a YouTube cover, a YouTube profile, a header. So there are many different types. For example, print, you have A4 sizes, A3, photo sizes, a wallet size, yeah, different types of sizes. Screens, for example, an HD screen, mobile screens, for example, an iPhone 4, the Samsung S5, S6. So yeah, you can actually play around with the sizes, or you can select your default size. So for this one, I'm doing 3000 by 3000 and white background. So let's create. And there we go. So you can actually see that it's very similar to Photoshop. So on the left side, you have the tools. For example, here we have the moving tool. And if you right click, you will get a few more options. So all of the ones that have like a little line pointing downwards have other options. So if you click on the right, you will see the other options. So the first one is to move. So maybe if you have an image, so let's bring an image right here. I'm gonna throw in my puppy image. So in this case, if you look on the right side, we have different layers. So I just moved it inside, but my picture is behind the background layer. So to bring it up, I just have to move it up, and there we go. We have our picture. So the background is actually locked right here, and we can unlock it as well if you wanted to, but in my case, I don't want to unlock it. Let's just leave it like normal. And yeah, let's click on our puppy dog, and let's click on the moving tool. And for this one, make sure you have this part that says transform controls enabled, because this will allow you to be able to move and yeah, move the image much more easily. So if you do not have that transform tool, if you do not click on it, you have to go to edit, then free transform, or click on these things, and it basically does the same thing. But just by having this part that says transform controls, it makes it much more simple to just move your image. So yeah, I recommend remembering to have this clicked. So yeah, it makes it easier. And the next one is this one, which is a selecting tool. For example, if I want to select the dog right here, I can just go right here. Then I can click on Command X or Control X to cut. But it tells me that the object must be rasterized first. Sometimes you will get this problem. And in this case, you have to click on the right side on the layers. And then you click here on rasterize. And now you can Command X and you can cut it. So yeah, you might encounter this issue several times where it will ask you to rasterize. So yeah, this is one thing that happens on this program. Okay, so now let's delete all of this. I'm just gonna click and delete. And now I can click on Command and V, Control B. And there we go, we have our puppy and we just cut out a few parts. And the next one is this one, the lasso tool, which you can use for like grabbing a few parts of your image, for example this one. And yeah, you can select and Command X and you can delete and move around actually. So yeah, you can kind of do it like that. So yeah, there's many features that you might need to get used to them. Most of the top ones right here are for selection. Then we have the cropping tools. We can try it out. So in this case, the cropping tool will also change the size of your entire layer. For example, if I select this one and then I click on enter, there you go. We change the size of the entire project. So yeah, you can also see this thing right here. Okay, so if you want to come back, you can click on Command Z to come back, Control Z. And we also have this option, which is the brushing tool. So let's try to make a new layer. For that, we go to the bottom part and then we click on new layer and we select this layer and then select the brush tool. And so right here, And if you go up to the right side, we can select the different types of sizes, the hardness, the type of point that you want. For example, if you want a very strong point, you can click right here, and yeah, it looks quite strong. You can change it. For example, you can change the size and it looks even bigger now. So yeah, you can play around with it. So yeah, for example, this one will give you a different type of writing tool. You can basically change around and play with them. And this one is much more easier if you already have like a drawing pad, because you don't have to use the mouse. Using the mouse is much more complicated for this. So yeah, my recommendation is to play around with the tools on the left side and see what each of them do. Okay, so let's try to make this dog into an NFT. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna use the original one for this one right here. And this layer, I'm just gonna delete it. So I click right here and delete. So yeah, now we just have one image and our background image. So for this one, I'm gonna add another image, which is gonna be this hat that I have right here. And let's bring it up right here. Okay, and there we go, we have the hat. And to make it smaller, we can hold the shift key, press the corners and move it around. So now we can put a hat on our dog. And let's bring this image, the dog, a little bit more to the bottom part. And I want to also remove the background image for this dog. So for that, we can just select the image, which is the dog image, select the layer. And what I like to go is that I like to go up to where it says select and click on the magic cut. And there we go. So in this one, we click on green to everything that we wanted to be there. So there we go. And we click on red for anything that we want to delete. So in this case, it does it automatically for you, but with some pictures, you might need to click more into it to play more around with it. So let's bring up the size, for example, and let's kind of get this part red. So there we go. It kind of selects what it sees in a similar color. So I think this one looks nice already. And let's bring this with green. So our dog should be green. So yeah, I think that works. And now let's click on OK. And there we go. And now I also want to add my own background. So let's grab this one and we put it down here. And let's make it bigger. And there we go. And now let's bring the background down, a few layers down. And there we go. We have a dog with a background. So yeah, I think this looks pretty good right now. And I think we can turn this into an NFT. So in order to save this image, we can click on File. Then we go to, if we click here where it says Save as PSD, this means that it will save the entire project as a type of Photoshop file that you can click and it will bring you back to this file where you can re-edit and add more things, add more layers, play around with it. But if you only want the image, you go to File, then Export as PNG or JPEG. And if you have a transparent background, you can select PNG and it will keep your background transparent. But JPEG doesn't keep it transparent. But in our case, our image just has a blue background, so we can select either one, JPEG or PNG. So I'm gonna go for PNG. And yeah, we keep the high quality, the width and the height. And we can also put a name of the project. So I'm just gonna call it dog. And then we click on save. And there we go, dog.png. Let's check it out. And there we go, we have our image. And we can turn this image into an NFT. But also keep in mind about copyright. So if you're using an image that is not your own image, or maybe you're using like a Spider-Man or something like that, make sure you have the copyright for those type of things. Okay, so now we're gonna use another website for designing our NFTs. So this one is Canva. So we can check it out on Google. You type Canva and select this one, canva.com. So Canva allows you to make different types of designs. For example, you can make a PowerPoint presentation, a video, an Instagram post, a poster, different logos, Facebook posts, Instagram stories. So yeah, this website has lots of features and it's easier to use than Photopea. So let's try it out. We click right here on Start Designing. Okay, so let's click on Next or skip the tour. So we can click here to customize on this area. So on the left area, we can select the templates, and on the right area, we can customize. And you can also upload your own images by clicking here. And you can also, at the end, you can then share it either to your social media or just download it or even share the link. So let's give it a try. So the first thing we want is our background. So we just move it there. It will ask us to sign up. So yeah, make sure you sign up first. I'm gonna click on continue with Google. Okay, there we go. So yeah, let's select our image and we just drag it down. And here we have the image. So I'm just gonna select it. And now we can just move it and make it bigger. So right here, let's make the entire size. There we go. And the next one is our little dog. So let's try this one. Then we select it. Then we click on Edit Image. And let's try to remove the background. Okay, so in order to delete the background, we can select the image and then we click on Edit Image, and here we have this one, which is the background remover, but this one is only for the premium subscribers. So what we are gonna do is that we're gonna go back into Photopea. Let's start a new project, and now let's create a transparent background. Then we click on Create, we throw in our dog. Now we select the magic cut, and there we go, it's already here. And we click OK. Then we go to File, Export as a PNG file. Then we save it. Then we go back to Canva. We can delete our dog and throw in the one without the background. And there we go, we have our dog without the background. And now let's throw in the background as well. So we put in the background, select. Then we throw in the dog. And we select the dog. Then we make the dog bigger. And now we can just add a hat. And right here, we just add a hat and make it smaller. So yeah, there we go. This one is a little much more simple to use, but I also recommend using Canva together with Photopea, because in some cases you might need features that are only available in Photopea, such as the background removal, the magic cut, but Canva is much more easy. So maybe try using both at the same time. Okay, so another thing you can also do is that you can go here to Elements and Graphics, and you can put other graphics. For example, you want a hat, you select hat. Now we can delete this one and we can add this one, for example. And there we go, we can put a dog with a hat, or if we don't want this one, we can try maybe this one. So we can make multiple NFTs like this. For example, you can put an NFT with a hat, an NFT without it, or different types of hats. Maybe one also with glasses, for example. And there we go. Here we can also have an NFT like this. In this case, because it's moving, the images are moving, this one we have to download it as a GIF. So we can click on download, and here we can select. So we can select GIF, and we can download this one as a GIF. So this way it will still be moving, and the glasses still have this kind of glow, and the hat is moving, spinning around. So now we wait for it to download. So yes, you can turn GIFs or normal images into NFTs. Okay, there we go. We have our GIF right here. And there we go. We have our GIF right here. And if you don't want it as a GIF, you can just select it without them. For example, we can just click here and download as a normal PNG. And once we download it as a PNG, it will just be one image. It will not be spinning around. For example, right here, we just have this one and it looks normal. But if we select the GIF, it will be spinning around. So yeah, make sure you know this one and when you're using images that move around. So yeah, we can try a different one. For example, let's just throw in a hat and let's throw in maybe a mouth. Let's look for a mouth. So right here, we can try this one and we make it smaller. So there we go. Yeah, we can try this one, of course. And now we click here, download, and let's download, yeah, as a PNG and download. So yeah, there we go. We have different types of variations of our NFT. So yeah, my recommendation is to play around with Canva, add some text, and also keep in mind Photopea because you might actually need to use both at the same time if you don't want to pay for the advanced features, because Canva is free, but for some features you might need to use the paid software. But if you don't want to pay for it, you can use a combination of both Photopea and Canva at the same time. So that's it for this one, and play around with Canva, see what you find there. So now we're going to learn how to digitalize a painting, a physical painting. So the first thing you need to do is to take a picture of whatever painting you want to digitalize. For example, I'm going to use some of my mom's paintings. So she took some pictures of them. So here are some. So I'm going to look for one that I actually like. For example, well, I like all of them, but I'm going to go for this one as the example. So now I go to photopea.com and basically you just hold the file and drop it in there. And there you go. So what I want to do is that I want to make some changes to the brightness, some of the colors, to make it look a little bit nicer for the NFTs, because the image itself looks very nice, but whenever you take a picture, there might be some imperfections or things like that you can make them look even better with some changes in the brightness and the exposure. So let's play around with it. So let's go for brightness and contrast, and let's see. That's too bright, and I think maybe around a 20. Then the contrast, maybe a high contrast. So you basically just use your eye to see which one kind of looks better. Okay, maybe around a 29. Okay, and the next one, let's click down here and let's add some color balance. Let's check it out. The reds, oh, that looks quite nice. So no, maybe around, I think this looks nice, a 63. Yeah, 43. Then the greens, let's check it out. We can go lower or higher, definitely lower. I'm gonna go around -6. And the blues. So this one looks too blue, too green. I think around, this one looks good. Okay. And let's click again and let's set another one. So we add the vibrance. How about this one? Vibrance. Ooh, this looks nice. Let's go all the way. 100. Saturation. Okay. I think around 24. That looks quite good, I think. Yeah, it looks nice. And let's try another one. So which one do we not have? Hue and saturation. So you basically play around with them and see which ones you like. This one looks terrible, so not this one. I'm gonna go back to 0. Saturation, I think I can, yeah, maybe a 20. Lightness, no, too bright. I think yeah, that looks good enough. So yeah, basically play around with the tools and until you find one that you really like how it looks, that it gives you that feeling like, hey, this looks quite nice. So yeah, just play around with the different levels, the exposure, brightness and contrast. Let's try the exposure. No, not this one. This one looks bad. 0. The offset. No. Actually, I think I kind of like it. So let's see. Maybe yes, actually. Okay, let's go back to 0. The gamma correction, no. So this one, I don't like any of them. So let's just keep it at a 0. Okay, let's actually click right here and delete. So there we go. I think this one looks a little bit nice, quite nice. Let's compare with the original one. So this one is the original. I think some colors don't look as nice, and that's because of the picture. The picture kind of changes the way it looks. The original painting might look very nice, but the picture might not look as equally nice as the painting. So in this case, we made it look even better actually. So yeah, so now we click on File and Export as a PNG file. And then we save it. Okay, let's change the name. Let's click Dragon Sword and save it. And there we go. So yeah, this looks pretty nice. So let's compare with the original one. This one is the original one, and on the left side is the new one. So I think it looks quite nice. So yes, you can also do the same. For example, you make your own painting, you make it by hand or whatever, and then you put it on, you take a picture of it and you put it on Photopea and play around with it. Try to make it look even nicer. And I think this one is the one I'm gonna use for my first NFT. So yeah, that's it for this one. And play around with Photopea. Thanks for watching. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you a very cool app where you can make different variations of your NFT. So let's go into the Play Store, and this works for Android and iOS device. And we're gonna look for this one, which is called Prisma. So it's called Prisma Photo Editor. So just click on this one and click on Install. So I already have it installed, so you can install it yourself. So this is basically a photo editor, and you can put several filters, and it will make your pictures look very, very nice. So you can make different variations of the same picture and turn them into NFTs. So let's get into it. So I'm gonna click on Open. So this one is the app. So I recommend clicking on Next, 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 and then you can click on the X on the top left corner and then sign in with Google or whatever other method that you have. So I'm gonna go for Google, and then we click on allow access to the photos. So, and then we click on OK. So what this does is that it gives us access to a free trial of their app. But I actually recommend paying for this app because it's a very, very good app. So yeah, that's my recommendation. So now let's click on our picture, and I'm gonna use the NFT that we used before, this one. And there we go. We can put different types of frames. So if you look down here, there are different types of filters. So right here, and if you scroll to the very end, you can add even more styles. So let's go with the very first one, which is the Huawei High AI, and let's see how it looks like. So this one looks alright, but one of my favorite ones is the Gothic and the Mononoke versions. So this one is the Gothic version, and it looks very nice. So this one I want to also turn it into an NFT. So let's screenshot it. And now let's click on here and let's get a square. So now let's turn it into a square. And this looks pretty nice. And save. But I actually recommend using the save button. But for this one, you need to get the paid version. And I strongly recommend the paid version because it has way more features and it's much more easy to use. So if you want to make multiple NFTs, the paid version is definitely a good investment. And the next one, let's try the Mononoke. Let's see how it looks like. And this one looks okay too. So yeah, I'm gonna take a screenshot and I'll edit it later. And the next one, let's try Dallas, see what it looks like. This one I'm not so convinced. Let's try the Mosaic. And this one looks quite nice. I'm gonna turn it into an NFT as well. So let's screenshot it and let's edit it later. So let's try a different one. Oh, let's see. So I've been playing around with this app before, and one of my favorite ones is this one, Disco. Let's see how it's like. This one looks quite nice actually. This is an interesting style. So let's take a screenshot. And let's try another one, which is this one, the skateboard. I also like this skateboard one. Oh, this one looks excellent. So let's take a screenshot as well. Okay. And let's try, so yeah, if we want some other filters, we click here on add more styles. There's more than 7,000 styles. So you can just play around with it, get more filters, see what they look like, see if you like them. And of course, some of these ones are locked, which means that you need to have the premium membership for them. But the ones that are not locked will have this plus sign. For example, like this one, curly hair, I removed it and I add it again. Then light summer, click on it. And let's try this one, handy styles. We can click on more. And we can get the ones with the plus signs, for example, the trendy and the trophy. And we can check them out right now. But yes, that's why I recommend the paid version, because you get access to way more styles. Let's get this one, believe. And let's check them out. Should be the last 3 ones. Okay, trendy, let's check it out. Not so convinced. Trophy. This one looks good, I think. Yeah, it looks too similar to the original one. And believe, let's check out the believe one. This one is also okay, I think. So yeah, basically play around with the different types of filters, see which ones you like. And if you want, you can also change the exposure right here. So you can change the exposure, the contrast, the brightness, until you kind of find a type of level that you like. The saturation, the vibrance, just play around with them. Keep on clicking until you find one you like. The gamma, maybe right here, sharpen, highlights, okay, temperature. So yeah, that's my recommendation. So my favorite one in this case is gonna be the Gothic style. Oh, but this one, I think I have to get this one's back to normal, so it looks a little bit better. So for all of the types of filters that you have, if you play around with the contrast and the saturation and these features, you kind of have to move them around for every different filter. So I recommend just using the normal filters and not playing around too much with these ones, because they might mess up another filter. They might look good with one, but they might mess up another filter. So yeah, that's my recommendation. And yeah, there's many different types of features. You can change the frame, for example. And yeah, that's how you can make different types of NFTs. Okay, so that's it for this one. And as always, thanks for watching. Okay, so now we're gonna make a GIF that we are later gonna turn into an NFT. So you already know how to make a GIF from the other website, Canva, but now I'm gonna show you a different way using Photopea. So let's get started. So we first go into Photopea, then we click on New Project, and the height and the width are gonna be 1024 by 1024. And the background in this case, I'm gonna keep it transparent. And now we click on Create. So now we can look for our files. So I actually made a lot of files right here. I have lots of images from the Prisma app that we were just using a while ago. So I'm gonna turn all of them into a big GIF image. So let's get started. So the first thing we do is that we look for our files, we select them, I hold the Shift key and then I select the last one. And now I can just drag and drop them there. And there you go, all of them are in. So if you want to change the size of all the images at the same time, for example, if I change the size of one image, it's going to disturb the other one. Okay, so in this case, what you want to do is that you want to select the layer, then you hold the Shift key, and you can select all of them. So you can either click one by one, or just hold the Shift and click the last one, and it will select all of them for you. So now that we have selected all the images, we can hold the Shift, and we can drag them. So this one will drag all the images at the same time. So maybe right here, and the bottom part right there. That looks pretty good. So if you look, for example, I can show you an example right here. If you look on the right side, all of the images have been moved the same way. So yeah, this is how it works. So you hold Shift, select the last one, And now you can shift hold all of them right there. Remember to hold the shift while you are resizing. So there we go, we have all of our images at the same time. The background, I'm just gonna remove it anyways. You will not be able to see it because it's transparent, but let's just remove it. And the next step you have to do is that you have to rename the files, because Photopea recognizes files that start with _a_ as GIFs. So all of these layers, you have to rename them, and you have to type _a_ in the beginning of the name. So let's try it out. The second one, we click here and copy paste. So we do this for all of our layers. So yeah, in order to rename, you have to double click the file, the name, just like a normal file, just double click it and you can change the name. And there we go, all of them have been changed, have been renamed. And now we can just go to File, then we click on Export As, and now we just click on GIF, .gif. And this might take a little bit of time, depending on how fast your computer is, but right here you can actually see it. And you can also change the speed. For example, this is a 100% speed. We can make it even slower, for example at 37%, and we wait a few seconds, and there you go, the speed is a little bit different now. So it shows all the images in a GIF. And we can make it actually faster. For example, 329 is gonna be too fast. So yeah, there you go. This one looks too fast, but if you like that speed, you can also do it. And maybe, for example, an 11%, let's check it out. So this one is gonna be much slower. You have more time to look at every particular image individually, but I tend to like something around 30%. This one looks good, I think. It kind of shows each image individually. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it like this. And now I just click on Save. Oh, we can also rename it. For example, I'm gonna put all paintings together .gif. And now I just click on Save. And there you go, it's saved right here. We can just click on it. And oh, so I'm using a Mac, so I have to show in Finder first. Then I can open with Chrome. And there you go, that's our GIF right here. So yeah, play around with the Photopea. Just remember that every layer has to have the _a_ in order to make it into a GIF. So that's it for this one. If you have another idea, for example, you can make a bird and you can make the wings flap. That's also a good idea. So for that, you have to have different wings at different layers and kind of put the pictures together. Kind of like try to align them to look together if you're doing a different type of project, not with images, not with paintings the way I'm doing them. So that's it for this one, and as always, thanks for watching. Okay, so now we're gonna learn how to create your storefront collection on OpenSea. So this is kind of like your marketplace where you can put your NFTs for sale. So yeah, let's give it a try. It's like your own online shop, actually, your NFT shop. So for this, we're gonna go to our name, so our profile, our circle right here. Then we click on My Collections, and then we just click on Create a Collection. And it's going to ask you for a signature request from MetaMask, so you just click on Sign, and sign. Okay, so now you're gonna have to put a logo image, and I'm gonna click this one. So this one is going to be a collection for my mom's paintings. So I'm going to use her own logo. And then we can put a featured image. So I'm going to put that later, the banner image. So a name, we need a name for this. And I'm going to use my mom's name for her own online store. Okay, and yeah, it's correct. Okay, we can also customize the URL. So yeah, I'm gonna make it like this. I'm gonna put the same name she has as the URL. Then we can also put a description to it. So I'm going to maybe make this one later. And we can also select a category. So I'm gonna select art for my category. We can also put links to your website. For example, my mom has an online website on Etsy where she sells some face masks with her paintings, some bags, some cups, some t-shirts. So I'm gonna use this one and I'm gonna put this as the link. And if you also have some other ones, for example, an Instagram, a Discord, a Twitter, you can also put them there. And royalties, you can select some royalties. This means that if you sell one of your NFTs and then that person you sold it to sells your NFT, you can get a percentage of that sale. So in this case, I'm going to select around 10%. And you can put your payout wallet address. So if that person sells it, you will get it to this address. So I'm going to use my MetaMask. And the next one, you can select which blockchain you want this collection to be. So Ethereum is the biggest one, but there's also this one called Polygon. And Polygon doesn't have what is known as gas fees. So Polygon is better if you don't want to pay the gas fees, but Ethereum is the main one, but you have to pay gas fees for this one. So you will see that some NFTs are on the Ethereum blockchain and others are going to be in the Polygon blockchain. So I'm going to select Ethereum for this one, which is the more default version. You can also select which tokens you want. So I'm going to keep both of these ones. And the display theme for your shop. And I think I actually found a small mistake here, which is that I must put this in lowercase. So let's move these ones. Okay, I should be okay now. Okay, I'm okay now. So I can now just click on create. So click create. And there we go. We have created our own collection of NFTs, our own storefront. So this is where you're going to put all of your NFTs that you want to sell. So yeah, and if you want to edit the other parts like the banner, you can just click here on edit. And there you can add a featured image, a banner image, and even change the description. So if you didn't put this when you open it first, you can do it later. And then you click on submit changes. So that's it for this one. And thanks for watching. Okay, so now we're gonna add a banner for our OpenSea collection. So for this, we go here to where it says edit. And here we have two things that we can add. The first one is a featured image, which has to be between 600 to 400. And the other one is the banner image, which has to be between 14,000 and 400. So let's start with a banner image. For this, we go to photopea.com and we click on new project, and let's put these numbers 1400 by 400. So 1400, 400. And there are actually some pre-made templates here. So if you want to use one, you can also grab one and then modify it to kind of look like your style. So yeah, that's an easier way. You can just use one of these templates, but in my case, I'm gonna use it without. So I'm gonna click on transparent background and create. Okay, so this is gonna be the size of our banner. Okay, so I'm gonna put some of the images that I made before. So let's try it out. Okay, so let's throw in all of them. And there we go. I think the image is actually quite good, the size of the image. So this one is gonna be very simple. I basically just drag them, then select another one and just move them around actually. Then select another one and move them around. If you want to make them smaller, I think we can make them smaller. So let's select all of them once again and let's make them smaller, like half the size. I think that should be okay right here. So let's select the first one, okay, second one, third one, okay, fourth one. So we can start to make something like this, a banner that looks a little bit like this. So I think I do not have enough images to make a banner like this. Okay, actually this one, I think I can make it big. Okay. So yeah, let's try to make it even bigger and more to the side. So if you cannot move them the same way I can, the reason for this is because you need to click here on transform controls. And I also like to keep the auto select on. So this makes it easier to move around. So yeah, there you go. And this is an easy way for making kind of like a banner. You can modify it any way you want. So I'm just doing this as a kind of example, as a fast example. And I'm also going to put some text. So let's click here where it says text, and we put it here, and it's going to look super small. So now I can type the name. It looks so small, so you can click on Ctrl A to select all of them, Command A if you're on a Mac, and now you can make it a little bit bigger so you're able to see it. So yeah, this one is okay, and I'm gonna modify it a little bit more later. Okay. Then I select my text and selection tool and move it. So I don't like the way the black looks, so I'm gonna select something maybe around white. Let's see how it looks. I think that looks okay with the white one, but I'm gonna click here. I'm gonna double click on the text. So it brings me to this part, which is the layer style. And I can also put some shadows around it or some glow. So let's look at some of the options. So right here where it says stroke, we can select it and we can put some outline around. So for example, I can put a blue outline. I think the blue looks quite nice actually. And you can also try something like black, for example. Black also looks okay, but let's try yellow. No. So I'm gonna go for the blue one, and I'm gonna make the size a little bit bigger. So right here, I think this one looks okay. So yeah, this one looks okay. And in this case, I'm also gonna change one thing, which is the name Martha. And I think I wanna maybe make it yellow. See how this looks. Okay, I think that looks okay. So if you select some parts, for example, if you want the first parts, you can also select them individually and change the color individually. So I'm gonna try, let's see how red looks like. No, it's not so good. So let's try something black and okay. No, I don't like it. So I think I'm just gonna keep it in white. So select the text. So this one I'm just gonna keep it in white as normal and just change the last name. So if you wanna put some individual parts in different colors, you can also do that. So I think I like the way this one looks. So I'm gonna go to File, Export as a PNG or JPEG. So I'm gonna go for PNG. And save. And now we go back to our OpenSea and we can just drag and drop there. So there you go, we have the banner image created. And the same thing can be done for the featured image. So this one is going to be 600 by 400. So let's try again. Photopea, new project, height, width 600, height 400, and transparent background, and create. So yeah, you can also play around the same way we did with our banner to create the featured image. So one more thing to notice, if you put your banner image and you notice that not everything is coming up, it's because OpenSea stretches your image to fit the current browser size. So for example, if you make your browser smaller, you will start to notice that everything is coming up right here. So this is done so that people who are seeing it on mobile or other devices that are not as big as your computer, they can also see the entire image without any imperfections or some parts being cut away from the bottom. So this is basically the most recommended size for all the browsers. So that's just one more thing. So if you notice that it's not the way you expected it, that's because it's stretched to fit the browser. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. And now the part that you all been waiting for, we're gonna make our first NFT. So for this, we will go to our profile circle and we will go to My Collections. Then you will click on Your Collection. And now we don't have any items to display, so we will make our first NFT. So we click on Add Item, and then we will sign with MetaMask. And there we go. And one thing to keep in mind, here we have this supply of NFTs, and the supply is only one. However, if you want to have more than one NFT, you can change this, but you have to put a code at the end of the URL. And in order to change the code and have a bigger supply of NFTs, basically a bigger quantity, we can put this code, which is the $enable_supply equals true. So if we try it, and then we paste it at the end of our URL, then click on enter, the supply is unblocked, so we can put whatever supply we want. But this is going to be a supply of the same image or GIF or video that you have. So if you want to make multiple copies of the NFT, you can actually change the supply. So you can put 200 or maybe 10 or 20. But I actually recommend to keeping it at 1 because you want to make your NFT more valuable. You want to make it much more unique. So I personally recommend to keep it as 1, and that's actually the default one. Okay, so now let's try it out. We first add an image. And for this one, I'm gonna use the original painting that my mom made. And now let's put a name. So in this case, I'm just gonna put the name of the store. And then number 1, the first one. And the next ones you can just put number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Or if you want to give it any name that you want, for example, a name that represents the painting that you have, you can also do that. But in this case, I'm gonna make it this way. Just the name of the store, number 1. You can put whatever name that you want. And on this part, we have the external link. And you can put a link to your website or something. So in this case, I'm gonna use my mom's page where she sells her cups, she sells her t-shirts, some pillows, face masks. So if you have another website that you're selling things, you can kind of double up on that. So you can also put it on your NFT basically. So if somebody purchases your NFT and they really like it and they want to know more about it, they can actually go to your link and they can buy some cups or some t-shirts, or she also has some bags. So yeah, you can double up on it. Maybe they like your NFT and they would like to have it as a bag. So that's also an option. So if you have a store like this, you can definitely do something like that. And in the description, you can put any description that you want. Okay, so I just put a description. So yeah, you can put whatever description that you want. And on the other side, here we have some properties. For example, if you have a character, for example, you make a dog and you want to give it a name, or you want to give it a gender, or things like that, you can start to do that too. You can also do it on this page. So yeah, you can try it out. And I normally do not put anything on these categories, but if you have a type of NFT that requires some extra properties to make it seem different from the other NFTs that you have, you can use this part. You can put some special traits, some numerical traits as well. For example, the name, the speed, value, 3 out of 5, things like this. But I personally do not use these ones. These ones are more for very specific NFTs. For example, if you look at this one, it's called CryptoKitties. For example, if you look at these ones, they're called CryptoKitties. They have some special stats, some special properties. For example, here in the properties, they have like a accent color, base color, cooldown timer, fur, pattern, the mouth. And this is something that they put to differentiate from the other types of NFTs. They also have like virginity here. Yeah, things like this. But in the case of my NFTs, since it's not like an animal or things like that, I can actually just keep it blank. If you happen to need it, you can also put it here. And this part is quite interesting. It's the unlockable content. So in this part, you can put a very special message that the person that buys your NFT will see. For example, if I have this painting, I can actually put a message saying, you will get the original painting by mail. For example, you can send that person the original painting as well. And you can put that in the unlockable content. This is something that only the person that buys it will be able to see it. For example, you can put, you will get the original painting by mail. And you can also put, for example, a Google form that the person can fill out and they can put their address. And once you receive it, you can send that person the original painting. Or you can also put a code, for example, for anything actually. For example, if you have an online store, for example, my mom has an online store, you can also put a code saying you will get a cup or a coffee mug or a bag with the design of your NFT. And you can also put, like, for example, the discount coupon. You can put a 100% discount coupon for one purchase. So yeah, you can just be creative. You can put an access code. You can also put a link to a file. And this is useful, for example, if you have a music file and you want to send that person the original link to the song and things like that, you can also do it. So you can put anything you want on the unlockable content. And for example, if you send that person the original painting, that can make your NFT more valuable, as they're not just getting the digital copy, they're also getting a physical copy of the NFT they purchased. So some artists might do this. They sell their NFT, they sell the digital copy, and in the unlockable content, they put a link for example, a Google Forms where they can send a physical painting. So yeah, you can play around with the unlockable content. But for this one, for this example, I will not put it. And if you have something explicit or sensitive, you can click on this one. I do not. And the blockchain, you can use either Ethereum or Polygon. Polygon is free, there's no gas fees. And in this case, I'm gonna put it on the Ethereum blockchain. So I think everything looks good, and let's make this into an NFT. Let's click on create. And there you go, we have just created a listing for our NFT. And now if you go over to your collections, you can click here and you have one listing. However, this listing is still not a real NFT. You still have to mint it. And that's going to be the next part of the class. Okay, so now that we have a listing on OpenSea, we're going to make this into an NFT. So let's click on the listing. And now we can see some of the information about this. And we will click on sell. So let's go into it. And for this one, you can either put a fixed price or you can put a timed auction. For example, the price, you can select how much Ethereum you want to put, and there's going to be some service fees. So for example, there's a 2.5 service fee, and then there are your royalties. And this is the money that you're going to get. There's 10% if you sell it. I mean, if you sell it, you're going to get the whole fixed price. But if the person you sold it to then resells your NFT, you will get a 10% royalty. It's kind of like a 10% commission whenever somebody else sells your NFT. So here we have the price in Ethereum, or we can also do a timed auction. And it will be sold to the highest bidder. And in this case, let's check out how much we want. So in this case, I want around, let's say $200. So let's check it out, 200 USD to ETH. So 200 USD equals 0.52 ETH. So I'm going to leave it like that. Let's see, 0.52 ETH. And it says right here around 200 US dollars. And if we make an auction, it's the same thing, 200 US dollars with WETH. Okay, so now we're gonna click on complete listing. And it's going to ask us to pay. We're gonna have to pay some gas fees if it's the first time you do it. So here we have the gas fees, which are can be quite expensive. For example, at the moment, they are $109 US. And the gas fees change during different times of the day. It can go to super expensive to cheap. So sometimes if you wait a few seconds, the gas fees are going to change. For example, now it's 116. If I wait around 30 seconds, it might go lower. So, and if you think that the gas fees are too high, you can kind of wait a few seconds, maybe wait an hour or two, and the price is going to change. So also keep that in mind. And the reason why there is a high gas fee, oh now it's 134, it's a huge jump, is because if you do not put a gas fee, the whole website is gonna get spammed, and that's what they're trying to avoid. So they put a gas fee, but this gas fee is only for the first time you use it. So once you use it, you do not have to pay it. And as you can see right here, it says that to set up for selling on OpenSea, if it's your first time, you must initialize your wallet, and this will require a one-time gas fee. So you have to pay this price the first time you use it. So let's give it a try. I'm just gonna confirm it right this. And okay, let's confirm it. And now we have to wait. And it's done. And now we can wait for the listing. Oh, right here. It's going to ask you to sign in order to confirm. So if you close this one and then you're waiting a little bit, make sure that you see this little one. It means that there's a notification. So make sure to click on this to see any notifications that you might have. Okay, so now we will just click on sign. And it should be confirmed. And there you go. Your item is now listed for sale. So we have now created our first NFT. We have minted it and it's now on OpenSea. Okay, so let's check it out. OpenSea. And now we go to our profile, my collections. And there we go. Let's see my collections. And our NFT is right here and it's for sale. Right there. You can see that the current price is $200 US, so people can buy it now. So there we go. We have now created our first NFT and it's up for sale on the webpage. And if you want, you can always edit it, you can cancel the listing, or you can make it into a lower price. So yeah, that's it for this one, and thanks for watching. Okay, so now we're gonna make a song into an NFT. So the first thing we're gonna do is that we're going to go to this website called piñata.cloud. So yeah, piñata, like the Mexican piñata.cloud. And this actually allows you to store your files on the IPFS, which is the Interplanetary File System. So yeah, let's try it out. So first we click on try for free, and I'm going to go for the free plan. There are different types of plans. So this one gives me 1 GB of storage, which is enough for what I need. So sign up. If you have bigger files, try another plan. Then we will fill in our information. We fill in our name, last name, email, password. You can choose if you're a builder, a developer, or a creator. So in my case, I'm gonna select creator, and then we're going to click on register. And we get a verification code, so let's look for it. And then we submit the code. So now we have signed up. And now we're just going to click on my files and upload the file that you want. So in this case, we're going to use a music file. So we click on select file, then I will look for it. And I'm going to use this song called Sakura. And we put the name, so I'm just gonna call it Sakura. And then I will click on upload. Okay, so now it has been uploaded. So now we have the special code and the name. So if we click on the name, it will send us to a preview. So let's click on it. And there we go. Okay, so we have the song now. So now we go back to OpenSea and we will create an NFT as a song. So we go to My Collections, then Our Collection, and now we can click on Add Item. And in this case, there are different things you can do. You can put an image, a video, an audio, or a 3D model. So I'm going to throw in my audio. So once you put the audio, you get another section now that asks you for the preview image. So in this case, I have an image right here that I'm also going to throw in. So whenever you make your NFT, people will be able to see the image, and if they click on it, they'll be able to hear this song. So yeah, there you go. And let's type a name. So I'm just gonna call it Sakura. And we can put an external link to your website. And we can also put a description. So I'm just gonna put this song is called Sakura. So I'm just using this as an example. And you can put some properties, levels, stats. But what you actually want to do here is to go on unlockable content. And you can also put the code, this one. So you have the code from the song right here. If you click on the name, you can get this code, copy it. And you can also put it here on the unlockable content. So whenever somebody purchases your song, they can click on the song on the NFT to listen to it, and they will also have access to the code where they can get the song from. And if they want, they can just click here and they click on download and they will download the song basically. So yeah, this is something that you can also do. And here we have the supply. And in this case, I might actually recommend using the other trick that I mentioned, this one, where you add the question mark enable supply true, because you have a song, and if you want to sell multiple copies of the same song that you have, this is where the supply comes in very handy. So we are going to click on it. I'm going to make a bigger supply, but unfortunately, it's going to refresh, so I'm gonna have to do this once again. So yeah, let's copy and paste this and let's refresh. We're gonna do this again. So if you're doing it, remember to do it first, to change the supply first. For example, I'm gonna have a supply of 500 songs, for example, and the description, luckily I copy pasted it right now. And unlockable content, this is where you're going to put the link. So we get it right here, and this one, and the Ethereum blockchain, and the name. So yeah, Sakura. So there we go, our song, the preview image, name, link. If you have an external website, for example, you make your own songs and you want people to look into some of your other songs, you can also do that. And now we can just click on create, but I'm not actually going to create this one. I'm just going to use this as an example. Okay. And now we can just click on sell, and you can choose the name. For example, you can choose how much you want to sell your item for. For example, you can sell it for 0.0. I'm just gonna click 0.1. It's about $3. I'm just gonna use this as an example right now, but I'm not gonna sell it actually. And then we will click on complete the listing, and I just wanna show you this example, which is this part by MetaMask. So if you look at this, you just have to click on sign, and you no longer have to pay the gas fees. So that's quite good. You pay them once, and then you don't have to pay them after. So yeah, we're quite happy about this, that we don't have to pay for them right now. But in this case, I don't want to turn this into an NFT. So if you want to, you can just click on sign, and I don't want to, so I'm just going to click on cancel. So this is how you turn a song into an NFT. So as always, thanks for watching. Okay, so now we're going to turn a video into an NFT. So in this case, I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to go to my Piñata account. Then I will click on upload, file, and I will select the file which is this one. And let's see, and upload. So this one is a video that I took in South Korea a few years ago. And yeah, so I'm gonna use this video and turn it into an NFT. So this one is just an example. Okay, so now we wait for this. So in the case of this video, my size is quite big, 22 megabytes, compared to the song, which was 727 kilobytes. So this thing, the waiting upload file, is gonna take longer. Okay, and it's complete right now. So there we go. Okay, so here we have our video. So we click on the description, on the name. And there we go. We have the whole video up here on the same webpage as we did with our song. So yeah. And this video can also be downloaded. If you click here, you can just click on download and that person can download the video. Okay, so now that we have our video, we're basically gonna do the same process that we did with our song. So we go into My Collections, we click here, and now we just click on Add Item right here. Then we throw in our video. And now we can just put a preview image. So let me actually make an image of my video. So let's click here. And let's make, how about this one? Okay, I'm gonna do this one. I'm just gonna make it bigger. And then I'm just gonna take a screenshot. Okay. Okay, preview image. Okay, so now we put our image, which is gonna be this one. Of course, I'm just using this as an example. You will have better images than the ones I do, but this is just as an example. And the name is gonna be Hugo in Korea. Let's call it. External link, I'm not gonna put it. Description, this is a video of me in Korea. Then all of the properties, I do not need them, but what I do need is the unlockable content. And in this case, I'm going to put the same URL that I put here. Okay, and we go back and put it right here. Supply, I'm just gonna leave it at 1. If you wanna make more than one supply, you can do it by following the code right here, !, enable supply equals true. And I think it looks pretty good already, so I'm just gonna click on create. And in this case, I'm going to have to wait a little bit because my file is quite big. And yeah, so I'm just gonna wait for this. It's gonna take about 2 minutes because my internet is not the best. Okay, so there we go. We have our video right here. And the next step is just going to be to click on sell. And again, you can just put a fixed price. I'm just going to use this as an example. And then you can click here on the duration. You want it for 7 days, 1 week, 3 days, or you can just put, for example, I want it from the 15th of December to the 15th of June. And the next thing is to click on complete listing. However, there is one thing. Whenever we click on complete listing and we are putting it as a timed auction, we are the ones that have to pay a fee. So in this case, you can actually see that there's a transaction fee whenever you put it as an auction. But whenever you put it as a fixed price, there are no transaction fees. So also keep this into mind. So right here, transaction fee, there's a permission to request, and all of these things. So yeah, keep this in mind if you want to do an auction instead of a fixed item. So I can actually show you. I'm just going to reject it, and I'm going to click on fixed price, complete listing, and you will see that it will be different. Right here, this one takes me straight into the third step, and there are no transaction fees. So yeah, keep this into mind. And as always, I'm just gonna cancel it because I don't want to make an NFT out of this. But if you want, you just click on sign and you will turn your video into an NFT. And if you want, right here, you can see our NFT, and you can just click on play, and it will start to play it right here, right from the front window. So that's it for this one, and thanks for watching. So gas fees are payments that are made to compensate for the computing energy required for the transaction. You might have seen the expensive gas fees that comes with the Ethereum blockchain. When we first minted our first NFT, I had to pay around $112, $116 just in gas fees. But there is another blockchain which is called Polygon, and this blockchain is gas free. So you can put as many NFTs as you want without having to pay a gas fee. So if you prefer to put them on a Polygon blockchain without any fees, you can also do that. But keep in mind that a lot of the NFTs are on the Ethereum blockchain, and people tend to prefer things on the Ethereum blockchain over the Polygon blockchain. But if you're on the Polygon blockchain, you can put as much the supply as you want. There's no limit on this one. So you can just click it and it works. You can put as many NFT copies as you want. So yeah, it basically works the same way. And I also want to show you one thing. If we go over here to where it says all NFTs and we click on all NFTs, we can see that there are 20 million results. And you can also change the chain. For example, if we go to the Ethereum chain, it will filter only the NFTs on Ethereum, which is 15 million NFTs. But if we change over to the Polygon blockchain, and we will get around 5 million NFTs. So if you want to put some NFTs without having to purchase the gas fee, you can also do it. You can put them on the Polygon blockchain. So let's give it a try. I'm going to use one example, and I'm gonna use this image. It's another painting of my mom. This one is a bear. So on this one, I use the Prisma app to make it a little bit different. So I'm gonna use this picture as an example. So I'm gonna call it My Tea by Martha, which is my store name, and I'm actually gonna call it number 2. External link, let's check it out. So I'm gonna use this one, which is her shop. I'm just gonna put it here. Description. And the collection is gonna be on the My Tea by Martha collection. And properties, these things I'm just gonna leave them like that. No unlockable content. And now I'm gonna switch to the Polygon blockchain. And I'm gonna make it 10. There's gonna be a supply of 10 on this one. And now I can just click on create. And there we go. We have made our listing for the number 2. And there are 10 owned by me. So basically the quantity right here says 10. So one person can buy one and it will still be there until another person buys another one, until the 10 sell out. Okay, so now I can just click on sell, and the quantity is gonna be 1, 10. I'm gonna put all 10 for sale. The price is going to be this one, 0.001. And you can actually see right here, it says Ether on Polygon 0.001. It doesn't say Ethereum, it says Ether on Polygon, which is the Polygon blockchain. And you can actually see one thing, that there is no auction. So on the other one, you had on Ethereum, you have two options. You have the fixed price and the auction price. But in this one, there is no auction price. So also keep that into mind. And I'm just going to click on complete listing and unlock currency. Now let's click here, unlock it. Then I click on sign. And the next one, sign a message using your wallet to continue. I'm just going to click on sign and sign. And there you go. My NFT has now been listed. So there we go. We have several NFTs. We have 10 right here, a quantity of 10. And the current price is 3.86 each one. So you can multiply this by 10. So if you sell all of your NFT copies, all 10 of them, You basically multiply this 3.86 by 10, and that's how much you can actually get if you sell all 10 of them. So yeah, that's it for this one, and thanks for watching. Okay, so one issue that you might encounter if you want to purchase some NFTs is that there are different types of currencies. For example, this one uses Ethereum, ETH, but this one uses Ethereum on Polygon. So if you want to buy, for example, any of these ones that use Ethereum on Polygon, you need to buy some Polygon and put it on your MetaMask. So this one is pretty simple. You basically have to go over here to your MetaMask, and then you will click on swap. From here you can swap from Ethereum, and you can select what token do you want. For example, there's wrapped Ether, and you can basically look for them. But if you want Polygon, you can just check it out. You can just type it. This one will be Matic. Polygon Matic. So this one. And I'm gonna put around $10. So let's check how much that is. And let's copy right here. Swap this one. And select the token will be Polygon. Okay, and then we just click on review swap, and we will start to get some quotes. So let's just wait for it. And if you look at this, I actually just encountered a problem, which is that I need to pay gas fees in order to convert from Ethereum to Polygon. And if you look at the estimated gas fees, it's around $57. So if I want to convert $10 from Ethereum to Polygon, I have to pay $57 in gas fees. So that doesn't sound like a good deal at all. And this is one of the problems that you might encounter if you want to sell using the Polygon blockchain, which is that people can only pay you using Polygon, and some people do not want to transfer Ethereum into Polygon because they have to pay gas fees. So if you're selling on Polygon, you're only limited to people that have Polygon currency. And that's one of the issues. So be a little careful when you want to list your item on Polygon. So in this case, I'm not going to convert them. But if you have a very large amount of Ethereum and you can afford to pay the gas fees in order to convert them into Polygon, then you can totally do it this way. Just click on swap and change the currency from one to the other. So that's it for this one. And as always, thanks for watching. Okay, so now we're ready to purchase our first NFT. So we can purchase our NFT by going into OpenSea and then looking up for one. So for example, I can search for CryptoKitties, and then we can just look for the NFT we want to purchase. And there's also another way you can do this, which is that instead of going to OpenSea and looking for them, I can go straight into the CryptoKitties website, which is this one. And from here, I just click on Start. And then I click on Next and Connect. So this is basically the way you log in. Then I put my email and my nickname. Okay, Hugo. Then continue. Then sign in. And then I click on sign in. Sign with MetaMask. Okay, so for this, I just go to search, and then I will click on for sale, and I will look for one that I like. Okay, so now I can choose one. Let's see which one I like. I think this one looks pretty good. The red with blue. And let's see how much is this one. This one is 0.05 ETH. And let's convert to see how much this is. Around $20 for this one. And you can also look through the attributes. So you can see the color, the eye colors, the fur, the highlight color. You can also look at the parents. It has a mother and a father. So yeah, let's buy this one. I'm just gonna click on buy with ETH. And right here. And here we encounter this one, which is that I have to pay a gas fee in order to buy this NFT. And the gas fees currently for this one will be $46. And overall, if I want to purchase this NFT, I will pay 65. So the original price is around $20, but with the gas fees, it eventually becomes 65 US dollars. So yeah, this is one of the issues that you might encounter where the gas fees are gonna be somewhat more expensive than the NFT itself. So the total for this one will be 59. So just for the sake of education, I'm going to purchase this one. So let's click on confirm and let's wait for it. So as you can see, the gas fees change a lot from one day, from 1 hour to the other, even from a few minutes. They can make a big difference. They can change quite radically. Okay, so now if we go back to my profile, then I click on my kitties, we will be able to see our kitty right here, the new kitty we just purchased. I'm actually using the CryptoKitties website right now, but if I go to OpenSea, which is a different website, and I click on my profile, I can actually see my CryptoKitty right here too. And this is because my NFT is not only on one website, it's actually stored on the blockchain. And this is what makes the blockchain very powerful. So yeah, if you look right here, we are on the CryptoKitties website. We can click on our NFT. We can look at all of the information. And the same thing works if we go to OpenSea and we click on it. We can also see the same information. We can look at the properties. We can even look at some more details right here. For example, the contract address and the stats about CryptoKitties, the token number, the properties. So yeah, here we have our first NFT. And something that you can also do is that you can also resell it. For example, you buy an NFT, and if you find that it has a lot of value, a lot of potential that other people might wish to buy it as well, you can resell it. So we just click on sell, and once again we can choose the type. Would you like a fixed price or an auction? For the price, people can pay with Ethereum, Cherry, DAI, or any of these other currencies. But I'm gonna stay with Ethereum, and yeah, we can basically we can put whatever number we want. For example, this one, I can sell it for 0.52, which is the same as my other NFT. And then we just click on complete the listing and put it for sale. So yeah, I'm just using this as an example of how you can purchase an NFT from another website and they will also reflect on your OpenSea account. And this is also an example of the gas fees that sometimes they can be quite expensive. And one thing to notice, if we go into our transaction right here, which is this one for the CryptoKitties, I purchased the CryptoKitty for around $18 right here. And if you look at the gas fees, there were only $22 in gas fees. So the total was only $40. It was less than it was actually quoting me. For example, if I try to purchase another one, let's check it out. I'm just gonna click on a random one, maybe this one. And if I click on buy with Ethereum, you will notice that the gas fees are 45. But these things are estimated. So they might not be the actual gas fees, but rather just an estimation. For example, when I purchased mine, the gas fees were around $40 as well, but eventually the amount of money that I paid were only around 22 in gas fees. So also keep that in mind. Whenever it tells you the gas fees, it's rather an estimation, but not the full actual price you might pay. So yeah, that's it for this one, and thanks for watching. A website that I recommend checking out is this one. It's called Etherscan. So Etherscan is kind of like an Ethereum blockchain explorer. So you can actually see what's going on inside the blockchain. So for example, we can see the price of Ether right now, the market cap, the transactions, the number of transactions in the last 14 days. And if we go to the left side, we can see the latest blocks that have been created. These are the blocks in the blockchain. So basically you have a blockchain which is a combination of different blocks, and you can see that we are currently in, let's check it out, this one. This is the latest block that has been created around 18 seconds ago. So we can also click on the block and we can see some information. For example, this block had around 122 transactions, 56 contract internal transactions. And you can also look through the transactions right here. If you click on them, you can see what's happening. For example, this one, there was a mint, and there was a transfer, a deposit. So basically, all of this is information that's going on inside the Ethereum blockchain. So right here, it was a mint of NFT gurus to this address. So this is something to know about this website, which is that in Ethereum, there is no privacy. People can see what you are doing. So yeah, this is something to keep in mind. And if you go to the right side, you can see all the transactions that are going on. This one was like 32 seconds ago. These things like the latest blocks and the latest transactions, you will not use them too much, but you can see what's basically going on inside the blockchain. And something that I want to show is this one. If we go to our MetaMask and then we click here to the 3 dots on the right corner, we can see what's going on inside this account on Etherscan. So let's click on it. And we can see everything about the account. For example, the value, how much money I have, around $40 with 26 cents. And there you go. We can see that I have one token, which is the CryptoKitty that I bought from CryptoKitties, which was 2 days, 23 hours ago. We can see the token ID. For example, if I click here, we will be able to see it. Right here, we can see this one. This is our CryptoKitty. And we can also see what happened in the transaction. For example, if we click here, we can see all the information. We can see the kitty right here, the image. We can see the value, the transaction fees, the contract, and we can click to see more. So yeah, there's a lot of information on this website. So let's go back to my account. Let's check it out. So yeah, in my account, you can see all the transactions as well. For example, 2 days ago, I purchased the CryptoKitty. 3 days and 7 hours ago, I opened an account with OpenSea. 5 days ago, I put money from Coinbase into my account. For example, we can also click right here on all of them. For example, the Coinbase, we can see right here. We can see that it was from Coinbase to my account. We can see how much money it was, 177. We can see the value, we can see a transaction fee. So yeah, there's a lot of information right here. And one thing that you can also do is that, for example, if you do not find any cryptocurrencies right here, if you go to swap and you're looking for a specific token that you cannot find, you can also import it into your address. For example, if we look here, we do not have, for example, Tezos. Let's check it out. Let's go for a random one. Wrapped Tezos. Let's take this one for example. So if we cannot find this token in our MetaMask, we can just click here where it says more and add token to MetaMask. And then we just click on add token. And yeah, we will be able to see it right here. So this is something to keep in mind. For example, now I can click on swap and I want to swap, for example, 0.005 over to that currency, which is Tezos. Wrap Tezos, we can do it now because we have now added this one. And we can see right here that the token has been added manually, and it just says that you should verify if this is the one that you want. So yeah, that's also something to keep in mind. If you do not find a currency that you want inside MetaMask, you can import it by going into Etherscan and then clicking more and adding the token. So this is the issue with this website. There's a ton of information, tons of resources. We can also check out the charts and the stats. For example, the daily Ether price, we can check it out right here. How it went from very low around 2016 and now it just grew to about $3,000, almost $4,000 on the last few months. So we can also go back, we can check the daily gas. So let's check it out. This is a total daily gas used. And I think we can also check out the gas fees. Right here, average gas price. So we check right here and we can also see all of the information right here. So yeah, this website has a ton of information, a lot of resources about what's going on in the Ethereum blockchain. So my recommendation is to play with this website because it's a little bit hard to understand, and the easiest way to get used to this website is just by going into the website and clicking and see what you actually find. So yeah, that's my recommendation for this one. Go to this website, click on whatever you find, try to understand more about how this works. So besides OpenSea, there are other marketplaces, and there's also this one. This one is called Rarible. And this is another marketplace where you can buy, sell, create NFTs. So let's check it out. We go to sign in, then we will click on sign in with MetaMask, and next. Then we click on connect. So this one is similar to what we did with OpenSea. Then we accept the terms of service and make sure you are over 13 years old. Then we click on proceed. And there we go, we have signed up to Rarible. And if we click here on our profile, we can once again edit our profile, but you can actually see that your balance is still right here. So the same balance from your MetaMask will be displayed right here on your profile. So we can edit our profile, we just go to edit profile, then we can put a display name, a custom URL if you wish, your bio, you can link your Twitter, your personal website, your email, and you can also verify yourself to get more visibility and gain more trust on the Rarible marketplace. So you can click here to do that. And we can also change our image. And if we click here, we can add our email to get all the important notifications if you wish. So this website works very similarly to OpenSea. So let's check it out. We go to explore, then we click on all, and you can actually see that this website also has other blockchains. There's the Ethereum blockchain, the Flow blockchain, the Tezos blockchain. So with OpenSea you have Ethereum and Polygon, but in this website you have a few other ones. So let's click on all. So once again you can look at other NFTs. So this one is similar to OpenSea. And if we click here, there is the Flow blockchain, so people can also put their NFTs on the Flow blockchain. But if you want to purchase any of these ones, you need some Flow currency. And the next one is Tezos. And if you want to buy any of these ones, you also need this XZT currency in order to buy these ones. So if you already have Ethereum, you can just rather stay with Ethereum. So here you have another option where you can also find NFTs besides OpenSea. And if I go here to my profile, then I click on my profile, we can go to my activity right here, and we can see that we have the CryptoKitty that I bought from the CryptoKitties website, and we can look into it, and we can also put it on sale right here. So you can see that the NFT is on my wallet, and it's on the Ethereum blockchain. So that's it for this one, and feel free to check out also this website, the Rarible website, and thanks for watching. Okay, so now we're gonna use another popular NFT website, and this one is called CryptoKitties. So I showed you CryptoKitties in one of my previous videos. So to log in, you just click here where it will say start, and you sign up with MetaMask. And the way CryptoKitties work is that you get your own CryptoKitty cat, and that one you can actually either sell it or you can breed it in order to have another cat. So for example, you can either buy one, you can breed it, and there are also offers, which means that you can offer somebody some Ethereum in exchange for their kitty in the game. And you can also sell them or put them for searing. Basically, you put your cat and somebody else can breed with your cat. So you can breed them if you have two cats, for example, if you own both of them, or you can also use one from that is up for searing. So yeah, this sounds a little complicated, but it's a little more simple than it sounds like. So basically, I already have my own CryptoKitty, which is this one. And I can actually rename it if I want. So I'm gonna rename it for... I'm gonna use the name of my page. So yeah, I'm just gonna save it. Okay, this is gonna be the name of my CryptoKitty. And this CryptoKitty has several attributes, which are unique characteristics. For example, like the color, the eyes, the mouth, things like that. So yeah, the eye color, the base color, the fur, the highlight color, the accent, the eye shape. So there are different types of attributes. And if you look, it actually has two parents, the mother and the father. And if you pay attention, some of the attributes from the mother, the blue circles, can also be found on my cat, the blue circles. And from the father, we inherited the color and as well as the eyes. It has green eyes, just like mine, the color and green eyes. So basically, you get two kitties and you breed them together and you get another one. And that one, you can actually sell it or do whatever you want with it. So this one is a Generation 19 CryptoKitty, which means that it will have a slow cooldown. What it refers to cooldown is the period after you breed them. So basically, you put two kitties, you breed them, and this one will have a 16-hour cooldown. So I have to wait 16 hours and then I can actually breed it once again. There are other CryptoKitties that are much faster, and these ones are the older generations. So there's the first generation, and then those don't actually have any parents. And then there's the second generation, the third generation, and it just keeps on going down. So mine is the 19th generation, which means that the cooldown will be quite slow. So right here you can actually see them. I can search for Generation 19, and yeah, here I have many CryptoKitties. And there are other types of kitties. For example, if we go to the catalog, we can find some fancy cats, some exclusive cats, special edition. So let's go for the exclusive cats. And this one looks very cool, the Mega Flowtron. This one looks really cool. So let's see how it looks like. And this one I can buy right now, but it's 250 Ethereum. And it has some special features. So yeah, basically this one, there's no aim in this game, but basically you get some cats and then you resell them, you breed them, and maybe you make some money from them, or maybe you don't make any money from them. So that's kind of like the game basically. If you're able to get a cat that has a lot of very special attributes that you can sell for a higher price than the original price, then that would be good. So if you want to know more about this game, you can click on the guides, learn more about the getting started. Gas and fees is one issue because you will have to pay gas fees for buying one and for breeding them and things like that. So yeah, because it's under the Ethereum network and you have to pay gas fees. So yeah, you can go to this page and see what kind of cats you like. If there's something you like, try to breed them together. If you buy two, you can breed them together. So that's it for this one, and thanks for watching. Another platform we can check out is this one called Decentraland. So Decentraland is like a virtual world owned by its users, and it uses NFTs. So basically it's kind of like a game. It's kind of like one of those metaverse type of games. You can create scenes, artworks, there are many challenges, you can build things, and you can own digital assets. You can also buy and sell land. For example, if we go back to OpenSea and we search for Decentraland, it will take us to this page, and from here we can actually buy some land. For example, you can click here, you can click on any of these ones, you can buy them if you like, and if you buy them you'll be able to use them inside the game. So for example, this one is just a piece of land, but the cost of this one is almost $18,000. So if you buy this one, you'll be able to own land inside the game. So let's try it out. Let's see if it works. Okay, so let's play using our wallet. And let's continue with MetaMask, and next, and connect, then sign. Okay, and it's gonna take a few seconds. And it works. So this one is basically a game based on NFTs. So we first design our avatar. So I'm gonna go for a guy. The kind of like skin color. Okay, maybe like this. The head. So black hair. Okay, let's see if I find my type of hair. Okay, let's go for this one. Eyebrows, you can customize the eyebrows, the eyes, the mouth, facial hair. Then you can customize the top, the bottom part, the shoes, accessories, and okay. Then done. Then I name my avatar. I'll just call him Hugo. No email. Then next. Then I have to agree. Okay, and we're in. We are inside the Genesis Plaza, and let's click on got it. Okay, so if you use your mouse, you can kind of like change the view around the cursor. So to switch the camera view, you can click on V. So here we click on V and it will switch between different cameras. To move around, you use WASD. So this one is the A. Let's move the view. Okay, maybe letter B. S and D. So here you can add some friends into the list. Click on your avatar to manage your account, access your mana and inventory. So mana is the currency of this game. And if you click here, you can buy mana. Or you can buy polygon mana as well. So for that you can use the MetaMask extension, then you connect it, then select MetaMask and next and connect. And here I can buy some mana, either Ethereum mana or Polygon mana. So yeah, this is basically how it is. And expand the map to get an overview of the metaverse. So right here, this one is the whole metaverse. And this is the thing I'm talking about, because you can buy some pieces of land on the metaverse, but they can be quite expensive. If you look at these ones you can actually buy and you will have them on the map here. So yeah, if you're not much into the NFTs mixed with video games, kind of like into this type of metaverse type of things, then that's okay. And this kind of gives you an idea of what is to come in the future when you mix these NFTs together with the metaverse and this type of simulation games. And we can also go here where it says the marketplace, and we will have some items that you can use inside the online video game. So yeah, these are things that you can actually buy, some tattoos. For example, a black hat, let's just check it out. So yeah, this one, if you want to buy a hat, you can. This is the price, 48 mana, running in the Polygon network. This is some of the other things you can do. So this one is basically NFTs mixed with video games, kind of like in an online world basically. So yeah, that's it for this one. Okay, so this one is called the Sandbox, and this one is also another example of NFTs together with video games. So this one is another one of the open metaverse kind of like video games, and you can also buy land on this one. For example, we can go back here to OpenSea, and if you want, you can buy special parts of land. So this one is similar to the metaverse that we were looking at. So let's check out the market, and again, you can buy these NFTs that are related to this particular online metaverse game, and you can create. You also have the game maker. You can craft your own game. Coding is not required. So there's a lot of potential in this kind of NFTs mixed with video games. And you can also check out the map right here. So yeah, this one is the entire map. There's a lot of like Binance right here. The special locations. There's the Snoop Dogg location. I think I just saw one right here. So yeah, if you're interested in this one, you can also download it for Windows. So I'm not gonna play this game, but I also wanted to show you another example of the NFTs together with the metaverse. So yeah, that's it for this one, and thanks for watching. Okay, and this one is another marketplace. This one is called Super Rare. And this one has more unique type of NFTs that are related to digital art from some of the world's top artists. So we can just check it out. Let's go to the market. So we can check out by the type of artworks, by the artists. So for example, if I like one like this one, you can buy it now or you can make an offer. So yeah, this one is another one of the marketplaces where you can buy more exclusive kind of NFTs, more related to art. So yeah, you can also feel free to check out this website. And another website you can also use for looking for NFTs is this one, which is called foundation.app. Foundation.app. So yeah, this one also has some very kind of like more unique type of NFTs. There are also some that are quite expensive. So you can also check out this website if you're looking for more kind of like exclusive type of NFTs. So yeah, let's check it out. Let's go to explore and the collections. There's the meme craze, the architectural type. So let's check out the first one. So this one, she has a collection. So this one is also a collection of NFTs. Let's check out this one. So these ones tend to also be more artistic. And there's a description about the creator. So this one looks pretty nice, and you can also place a bid right here. And let's check out the trending ones. And you can see it by the creator. So let's check out this creator. She's number 1 right now. And these are some of the ones that this particular creator has made. So yeah, these ones look different. They tend to look quite unique as well. So yeah, this is another site where you can look for NFTs, some that are a little bit different from the others, that tend to be artistic as well. So yeah, this is another option that you can also look into, foundation.app. NFTs can be quite confusing since they are a very new technology which is going viral around the world. So I hope this course gave you an idea of some of the key concepts related to NFTs. And this course is also very modifiable, and I can always add and improve new things. So if you have any suggestions on adding something new, you can always send a message. Again, be careful when investing in NFTs, as there is no guarantee that you will make money from them. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, and there are of course several risks associated with NFTs. So I would like to thank you and congratulate you for completing this course. So if you have any questions, you can always send a message. So I would like to wish you the biggest success in your journey of NFTs. And as always, thanks for watching.